finally the game show is 3 dimensions away from Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed being an offline game. I'm your host 3D Jake, and today we're looking at Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed, released in 2022. Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed is an asymmetrical multiplayer game that essentially is a first-person kind of shooter in a way where essentially it's 3v1, where essentially 3 players are Ghostbusters and 1 player is a ghost, and essentially the goal of the game is essentially capture the ghost and put it back, bring it back to the firehouse. And so, and the other person, the ghost's version, if you're playing as a ghost, is essentially meant to terrorize the whole place you're at and essentially scare everyone to where you make the whole place fully haunted. And the game is really fun. Like, you get to live out your fantasy of being a Ghostbuster. Like, you get to go around capturing ghosts. You can play the game online with friends, or you can play it in a private match, which is still online, but it's like you're basically with AI bots. So basically, like, if you want to just basically you feel like the player's playing too rough, you want to play like an easy setting or something, or if you just want to level up like I've been doing, then you can just play it like that. Illophonic developed this game. Illophonic, who's previously known for developing Predator, Hunting Grounds, and of course the co-developed Friday the 13th, the game with Gun Media, developed this game. I have issues with Illophonic as developers. I really try. I'm not holding this product against them. I'm just holding Predator, where I feel like they'll jump on a game, develop it for a little bit, then they'll abandon it and then move on to other things. That's what I had an issue, especially with Predator. That feels like they just give it like 4 or 5 maps and then some skins, and then moved on. And I'm like, I feel like, and then I just feel like with this game, it feels like they're still more involved. I know right now they're doing Killer Clowns from Outer Space, and I know right now I feel like they're more involved, and I'm kind of scared that they're doing another game, because that means they're probably going to less focus on this game. Although this game is really great because they're giving it more content. Like, I feel like every time I'm playing this game, they're adding new stuff to it, and I like that because they also have, like, you can customize your own Ghostbusters the way you feel like it and everything. So I like that aspect of it. And there's several maps. I think there's like 6 or 7 maps on this, where like they have a courthouse, they have a club, of arcade, a hotel. And it's not like the iconic locations. It's just more like their own version of a location. So, and like you'll get like a prison and like a construction site and like a brewery and stuff like that and everything. So essentially, you get to go around chasing the ghost, and you get to use your PK meter to find them, and then you can hide and possess objects as a ghost, and possess people if like you have a certain ghost. There are kind of ghosts in the game, like the Hellhound from like the original Ghostbusters movie. They're in the game, and of course Slimer's in the game. As for like the Stay Puft Marshmallow, I have not, as far as I played, I have not found the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. I have not found Vigo the Carpathian, and I have not found Gozer. So those 3, as far as I'm aware of, are not in the game. But like there are some cool things. Like there's a lot of cool stuff from like the real Ghostbusters. So if you watch the cartoon, like Sam Hain is in the game, and so is like the eyeball monster from the real Ghostbusters, and there's other ghosts, especially even from Extreme Ghostbusters, because there is content from all the Ghostbuster medium. Like, for instance, the 2016 Ghostbusters, which some people refer to as Ghostbusters Answer the Call, that is essentially, that's in the game. Like, they have the suits, but they're through a research contract. So basically, it's kind of like you have to do a research contract where you might have to net 15 ghosts, or you might have to zap 15 ghosts or something, and you'll get the suits and, like, the name tags and, like, the glasses and the hairstyle. Or, like, you can get the proton packs through, like, another research contract. Or you can get like the PKE meter from another contract. Or there's other things you can unlock. Like, for instance, they have outfits from Ghostbusters 2 that you can unlock through a research contract, and there's the outfits from the real Ghostbusters. They're in the game already, and so is the original outfits from the original '84 film. But there is like Ghostbusters 2, like the little yellow jackets. They're from Ghostbusters 2. They're in the game, but they're a research contract. And there's also like some real Ghostbusters items and stuff like the PK meter and stuff like that are through research contracts, as well as Extreme Ghostbusters. And there's also a lot of side content you could do in terms of you can go explore the firehouse or raise a cult house and see little Easter eggs and stuff, or you can go to the ghost realm, which is like one little area, and basically like you can choose to go into the real world and haunt, which means you gotta go around scaring people and stuff, or you can essentially do bounties in the game, where you basically, if you want to like go to like it's the same kind of map, but you're just hunting like bounties, and every time you get a bounty, it'll like it's interesting side content. So let's just say that. And so it's really like Sam Hain was a really tough ghost to capture. And like there is a story mission through the online game where you essentially something happens with Winston, and then of course you have to go through that, and every time you have to go bust ghosts and then unlock a new piece of the story, and then you have to go bust some more ghosts to unlock the next piece of the story, and then once you get to Sam Hain, that's a really big part, and they just added that I believe as like a new side mission thing, and it's really cool. If you beat the game and get Sam Hain, you can actually get him as a ghost, and he is a tough ghost to like. He's so OP, and I really do. I actually just used this research contract to get Ghostbusters 2016 content, so now I have all my character looking like the 2016 Ghostbusters. I actually like that movie. And so I think it's really cool, and I'm working on getting Ghostbusters 2 content unlocked, and as well as I got an Extreme Ghostbusters already unlocked. I'm working on Real Ghostbusters right now, which their outfits are already in the game, and there is outfits that are like that Illuphonic made personally that you can wear. But then like if you want and that so if you want like the Real Ghostbusters Proton Pack and different things like that, you have to essentially unlock it, you know. And as for Ghost, there's a lot of Ghost in the game. You unlock main Ghost, but then as you progress it with your Ghost, like friend, if you go around slime people and you level up your Ghost, then you'll get like 3 different versions of a Ghost. Like Slimer is unlocked like a level 5 or 10, and then you get Slimer, but through a certain Ghost, and you know, which it sucks, but you can do it. And also, if you want to reset your stats, you can go up there and put like it's put a certain thing like like retire or something, and then you hit that, and then of course you'll go back to level 1, but then you'll keep all your perks and everything, and so then you can just level up to a new thing. It's really cool, actually. The game is really fun. I do like going around like trying to like zap a ghost and everything, and then you hear like the Ghostbusters theme, like a little bit like a rendition of it. And I also like that it's playing the piano theme from the original movie, and it's like all these cool things you get to explore. It feels like a Ghostbusters simulator. I do have some issues with it. Okay, so when I was playing the game, a couple of times the game glitched on me, where I'm sitting there chasing a ghost and everything, and all of a sudden I just end up in a wall. Or essentially I'm playing a game, and all of a sudden like the ghost, the zapper is just like it's not coming on, or I'm trying to scale a wall and all of a sudden I can't scale up the wall, or stuff like that essentially. Or if a ghost like hits you, but the ghost can't slime you. And so like something like that, or like whenever like we're trying to do like a cutscene, the cutscene's not like rendering, and so that stuff like that is where I had issues with. And also I feel like when I'm playing the game, I feel like essentially like I hate whenever like I'm talking to somebody and like I'm like you're trying to calm a civilian down, and then a ghost right there just like can like go through and slime you, and then you're done. I'm like, come on, I'm just doing that, instead, and it's like I'm frozen in like a cutscene type thing. That I had that issue, and also I had like I just feel like like you have like if it's the game's first person, okay, Ghost or third person, but as for the Busters, why do you have skins in the game like of characters, outfits, and everything if it's third person? If it's not third person, so basically you're customizing it so you can see my gloves, essentially, in my proton pack, because I can see the other players, but I can't see my outfit. Like I'm literally I customized my character from Ghostbusters 2016, and I can't even see the outfit unless I'm like customizing it, because it's only first person, and I'm like, really, And they did the same thing with Predator Hunting Grounds. Fire Team, for first person. Predator, third person. Which is great that the Predator's third person, because I mean, really, I always thought that was ridiculous that in the Predator Alien versus Predators game in 2010, Predator was all and aliens were both first person. I'm like, what? But I'm glad that they did that right. But that just irked me when I was playing the game. I'm like, come on, really? Why can't you make everything third person? That kind of irked me a little bit. And and I also feel like wouldn't it be cool if like you added like iconic locations from the movie, like hey, let's do the library from the original movie, or hey, let's do Dana's apartment, which is an iconic piece, or the museum. There is a museum in this game, but I want the museum from Ghostbusters 2, the Vigo. Why not introduce Vigo? Again, I don't know if Vigo's in the game, but as far as I've played and I've heard, he's not in the game. So and I looked it up, and as far as I know, he's not in the game. I mean, I could be wrong, but as far as this recording, I have not found him in the game. And I mean, why can't you add iconic, or the farmhouse from Ghostbusters Afterlife, or hell, why not go to the freaking Broadway in Ghostbusters 2016, or that concert, whatever the hell it's called. Like, why can't we have something like that in the game? That's all I'm asking. I mean, is it that hard? I mean, it just feels like, like, is it just that hard? I mean, they have the hardest thing when it comes to Illuphonic. They literally will not put stuff in the game we want. Like, for instance, Predator. We're like, oh, are they going to introduce the jungle from '84? No, they're just introducing a regular jungle. Okay, but I understand why. Maybe it's just because they don't want to do the same jungle when they already have a jungle. Okay, are they going to do the city from the original? Nope, they're not going to do that either. The pyramids from Alien vs Predator? Nope, just jungles. I'm like, really? And also, like, with Ghostbusters, they're not introducing. That's my issue with Elfon. They never introduce iconic locations from the games that we want to see. We just want to see, like, Ghostbusters. And I was doing a rant on Predator a few minutes ago, so if you got confused. But yeah, this is my, but I'm just saying, this is an issue I have with Illuphonic, is they never listen to the fans. They just do what they want, and then just hope the fans follow them along the way. And that's how a big issue. I hope that they do an offline mode, or at least that way, whenever they decide to abandon the game, you can actually still play the game, like in private, without having to have an internet connection required. I'm just saying that would be wishful thinking, I know, but still. But, the game is really fun. I really enjoy this game. I like playing it. Does it become repetitive after a few hours? Yes. But it's still a fun time if you just want to get some buddies together and play. If I had to give this game a grade, I would give it an 8 out of 10. Thank you so much.